or they had a change of heart sometime after they had kids, but before they retired. When 40% of the people that you bring in leave at some point, you constantly have to be refilling up the water tank. Because you're poisoning the people that comes in, but a great number don't die, at least not in 20 years. And if people started saying, why are you targeting kids with activities? I'm sure they would come up with another insidious way to target kids that did include activities. They would target their schoolwork. They would target their after-school activities. They would want a chaplain there. I mean, once we realize what they're doing, they're going to find a different way because they're like bugs. When you find a hole, you cover it up, they'll gnaw a new one because they have to adapt to survive. Religion is a dying institution because once you get a taste of freedom, happiness, without guilt, shame, and control, only a crazy person would go back. And that's why a lot of these cults like Jehovah's Witness try to tell people or talk people out of getting higher education because they know half of the people who go to college will deconvert because now they have access to a different way of thinking. They don't just accept everything they're taught because that's the only thing they know. They now have different choices. And targeting parents, targeting adults, targeting vulnerable adults, children, friends, neighbors is evil, insidiously evil, even if they do it out of love or fear that someone's going to hell. It's still predatory. Hopefully someday people will start saying when they see things like Sunday school, VBS, Awana, choir, young people's classes, married people's classes, senior classes, men's breakfasts, women's retreats, they're going to say exactly what I'm thinking. You got to keep people busy so they don't have critical thinking. They don't ask questions. Keep them busy because idleness is the devil's workshop. At least that's what Baptists believe. If you can keep somebody in a religion as busy as possible, the odds of them leaving, asking questions, acting on their doubt is almost nil. And that's why cults did it. Manson did it. The Moonies did it. Even Heaven's Gate did it. They control how much sleep you get. If they can keep you so busy and tired out, you won't have the energy to ask questions or have an existential crisis of doubt. It's ingenious. And it works. I mean, I did it from probably the age of 5 to 20 to 18 and loved the activities. Hadn't a clue I was being educationally indoctrinated and academically groomed. It's ingenious. And that's why hate groups target kids. Hitler did it. White supremacists do it. I mean, the KKK does it. There's a reason why these horrible groups of people target kids, because they haven't developed the brain capability to have critical thinking, to not accept everything that's shoved down their throat, literally, to recognize bad behavior. And it's usually anywhere from 18 to 30 when you start to realize that something is bad, if ever. And looking back, they were grooming me to never leave the faith, to never have doubt, to never question, to never challenge male authority, let alone